The next card you have is your distant past. So over the past, few years, could be 10 years, it could be your childhood, which is very interesting. She has been showing up. I think she showed up in my first 2 reads too. And normally maybe 1 or 2 signs get this card, but she seems to be coming around a lot. So I'm happy for you, Gemini, though, not happy that you pulled this card necessarily, but that it's in your distant past, because when I see it in other parts of the read, it makes me a little nervous on the placement of it. This is the 3 of Swords, and that's heartbreak, pain, despair. Anytime I see this card in that past, it makes me want to hug you. Like it's that chest pain, deep breath, overwhelming feeling. I always read this card for singles and anybody looking to reconcile together. And it is this deep-seated, when I get this card, I feel like I can't breathe, like I'm choked up, because this is pain in the ultimate sense of pain. So this is having loved and lost on a deeper level. Now, everybody could say that they've been through that, but the reason that I read the past card, and I don't know about other readers, but I'm pretty sure it's probably similar, is because there's certain things that you need to remember from your past to not repeat, or certain things you need to remember to bring forth again and manifest. So it's about pulling out the good and kind of leaving the bad, but never forgetting it so you don't repeat those things. And this is kind of saying, okay, I know that you're coming in like strong and you're going to find this person and you know what you want. But this is also saying, don't be afraid to open up your heart a little bit. So you might be approaching things with this very organized, very dutiful outlook, which again is not a negative thing at all. But this is a reminder that because you've had heartbreak in the past and you've survived, and sometimes it takes us a while to get over it. I mean, that heartbreak when you just don't know if you can get out of bed, you don't know if you can eat, you don't know if you can even taste your food. It's that type of heartbreak. And some of you are fearing that type of heartbreak. You don't want it again. And you're like hesitating on being too heartfelt or wearing your heart on your sleeve, so to speak. And this is kind of a reminder. It's okay to do this. It's important to do this. But if you've gotten over it in the past in love and heartbreak, we wouldn't continue to do it if the love wasn't so good, right? We wouldn't continue to love each other or love other people or want to be with other people or have that passion or those relationships if at some point it wasn't worth it. So this is just kind of a reminder that even though you're cautious about it, at some point you have to kind of take that wall down around your heart little by little. The next card you have is your immediate past. So over the past few weeks, past month or two, and you have the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups this is actually interesting because this is whimsy and dreaming and fanciful. So this tells me if you're single, maybe really it feels like maybe the past few months you've met people and you thought it was going to be great and they were telling you things that you wanted to hear, and then it was like, whoa, it's not. They're not being open and honest with me. They're not being clear on what they want. And it's like, I always say, right, a lot of times in my reads that I've been told this one thing and I've learned from it and I try to do it and I'm not perfect at it, but it's that you have to pay attention to what people are telling you, but not what they're saying. So they could tell you a million things, but people will tell you more about themselves and their actions, right? It goes along with actions speak louder than words, but there's a lot more to it. And so I feel like some of you almost have like this, you were like sandbagged, like you were dating 1 or 2 people and you thought, hey, these are great people. And then like it fizzled or it didn't work out, or it turns out they're dating a bunch of people, or it turns out they just wanted sex, or they just wanted, and so you're kind of feeling like, okay, like I'm paying attention. I've got your number. I've got you figured out. So you're dating, and I don't think Gemini has a lack of suitors at all. You're just being very careful because somewhere in the past few weeks, past month or two, it's like you were getting excited about it. You were feeling romantic and you just kind of were getting that letdown feeling. That's why your guard is back up again, because you're just kind of like, this is ridiculous. And dating nowadays can be very ridiculous. We all know my stance on that. Been there, done that, still been there, still done that. So, you know, just be careful. I mean, you can't let, it's a numbers game. It really is. You just got to date until it feels right and it feels comfortable. But it's hard, right? Because we all want to put up like a wall and protect ourselves at the same time. So just be careful of putting up the wall too much or being too methodical in exactly what you need. Like, again, that task list or that checkoff list. If you're looking to reconcile, it seems like maybe they got in contact with you, or you thought there was something that would change because you were feeling that butterfly feeling again, or hey, you know, maybe they came back and romanced you a little bit and told you things would change. But I just get the feeling that it was more, their actions were not speaking louder. And so that's why you're coming here going, there's, I don't know. Like, it's like you don't trust it. You're feeling more like it's a game, or you're being manipulated instead of it actually being honest to goodness, genuine, come back with the forthright, you know, like the intention to change is maybe not there like they're saying it is. The next card you have is your distant future. So over the next few months through the end of the year. And you have the Page of Cups. So this is telling me that if you're single, the page is like innocent, emotional. This is the next few months, you will be opening your heart up again, but things might be very emotional. Some of you had some intense breakups, and some of you have had some intense dating. People that you really thought would go into any, you know, that would grow into something, and maybe you were ghosted or breadcrumbed or whatever the fancy words are for all this crap we have to deal with when we're dating. But this is saying, the page is saying, you're going to approach it almost like an innocence. Whatever relationships you had in the past that you felt damaged from, or whatever, you know, even if it was like watching parents get divorced or abused or whatever, it's like the page is saying that you're beginning again. The page is saying that you're going to reopen your life to love. And I think it might be because of a particular person who comes in, but it's all about patience, and it's about compromising, and it's about balance. And the page says that you're deciding to do it almost childlike, almost from day one, like you've never dated before. And that may be what you need to do to manifest the one that you want, or to bring in the one you want. Or you might just need to get giddy and laugh and joke around and have fun with it. It feels very stern, Gemini. You're coming into this month very, guarded. And I think that you're going to let loose, and you're going to, I don't know, and kids come into play here too. So maybe you're, single parents, and over the holidays you get to spend more time with your kids, and that's going to kind of remind you, about how important it is to love people and have people that you love in your life. And you may just be focusing on, finding somebody who is a little more family oriented, somebody who wants kids in this, because this is also, and it could be too that you are going to meet somebody in the next little bit, and you're going to be pregnant, or you're going to decide to have kids, or you're going to have like a conjoined family. So a lot of possibilities with the page, but they're very different energies. So your energy is going to shift over the next few months into a more just relaxed energy. This month is going to be about learning how to be more like that, learning how to balance the traditional, the directional type energy, to be more of a enjoying the little things, enjoying ice cream, enjoying things that maybe you forgot what it was like to have that or to do that, right? Because we do so many things that we get it becomes monotone. And I think you're going to start, it's like they say, stop and smell the roses, but it's going to be bigger than that. It's going to be enjoying things more, even your kids more, or even your pets more, where all of a sudden you're going to have that heart swelling appreciation. And as parents, or even pet parents or whatever, it's easy to just get in the daily ho-hum of things. But don't you know what I mean? Those moments when you look at your child or children or pets or family members or friends, and you're just like, man, I am freaking blessed to have you in my life, and you just get that overwhelming heart swell, that's what you have to look forward to, Gemini. I don't know if it's the one, but that's the energy you have to look forward to over the next month or two. If you're looking to reconcile, this is like very emotional. So this person, I feel like they're going to play with your emotions a little bit. So you've got to be careful and you've got to be careful with kids involved, because some of you have kids involved. Maybe there was a separation, you're not living together either, or you may just be focusing on the kids. So if you guys were together and you had like a conjoined family, you're going to make sure to keep in contact with those kids, even if you and the ex cannot reconcile, or even if you guys aren't getting along. This is about making sure that that part is taken care of, the family's taken care of. That's most important. You can't let the fight and whatnot get in the way of any relationships you may have built with kids, or maybe your ex has built with your kids, or you may be pregnant and you may be feeling very emotional about it, and you're going to have to make some major decisions regarding that. It could be too, though, that if it was the breakup of because one of you wanted marriage and one of you didn't, or one of you wanted kids or one of you didn't, you come together and make the decision together to have those things. The next card you have is your immediate future. So throughout the month of November, and you have the World. All right, so you're loosening up already towards the middle end of the month, Gemini, because the World is an excellent card. This is all about you controlling your destiny. This is about accomplishing what you want, feeling like you belong in something, feeling fulfilled. So who is this person you're going to meet, Gemini? Because either you've met them, maybe it's somebody you've been skeptical about, maybe that's why your guard's up. You could be dating this person and they seemed like a flight risk. They seem like grass is always greener, or maybe they don't. Maybe it's the opposite here. They don't have as good of a job as you do. There's some sort of conflict here. So if you have met this person that you really care about, you're almost feeling like, hey, we've got to get things structured. We both got to be on the same page. But I think that the belonging and feeling that connection is going to overpower anything that could come in the way. I don't think that you're completely convinced that this person is like the perfect fit for you, because either they're lacking some things that are really important to you, or you feel like you're not up to par with them. But I feel like it's in your head or in their head. You're like, you guys are creating that distance or that burden that doesn't need to be there. So, over the next month of November, practice this balance, compromise, patience. Make sure that you really, take a look at that. Moderation, because the world is saying, look, I'm here for the taking. I'm here to connect you two. If you really belong together, it's going to happen, but you have to will it too. And you have to do certain things to make it happen as well. This is about accomplishing things and making it happen. And you want that teamwork. So either you have met this person or you're going to meet them soon. And it's completion too. So I strongly feel this is completion out of the dating world. Like, this is going to be completing the dating cycle, and whoever you meet is going to kind of take you out of dating. Maybe not right away. It's not like you're getting married or anything, but you might like change your Facebook status to complicated or in a relationship or whatever. I don't know. Whatever you feel like moves you out of the dating world, but not to like marriage and, tattooing each other's names on your body. So if you're looking to reconcile, this is either you complete the cycle with this person and you decide that the world is your oyster and you're going to go any direction you want, and you're going to completely change, because this is the end of the major cycle of the major arcana, right? So if you end this cycle with the other person, then the world is kind of open to whatever you want and whatever you desire. However, if you have that connection with this person and you really want it to work, this is saying, okay, over the next few weeks, again, I cannot harp on temperance enough. Balance, compromise, moderation. You guys are going to have to compromise on things. You're going to have to communicate, and you're going to, if you do this, then you'll have a much more fulfilling relationship if you choose to get back together. There will also be a bigger sense of belonging, because here I said one of you is feeling like you're not good enough, or the other person's making you feel that way, or vice versa. And this is going to be more of an equalized. You may find that because your partner's making you feel like they're on a different page than you may find that the reason they do that is they're feeling insecure about your successes. Or maybe if they're really good with finances, you're really good with people and making friends, and they're not. So somewhere there's like a miscommunication that if you guys get back in touch with each other, and I feel like at some point you were back in touch because of this Knight of Cups, but now maybe you're back out of touch again, or you're going back and forth. So we'll see. The next card you have is any future external factors. So anything tangible that's going to happen throughout the month of November. And you have the 9 of Coins or Pentacles. So this is about anything that could happen 10 times during the month of November, one time. You know, it could be in the beginning, middle or end. So if you're single, the 9 of Coins is about satisfaction and accomplishment as well. So these go very well together, your immediate future and this to bring you this. So this is going to be like, okay, this work you put into dating, this knowing when to let your heart in and your emotion in, and knowing when to bring it back to reality is going to serve a big purpose, because somewhere here, whether it's you, like I said, you getting a job you wanted or increasing your finances, there's some sort of thing, and it could be many things that you're going to accomplish that are going to push you into the realm of just feeling that much better about yourself, feeling like you're successful, feeling like you're abundant. And I think, again, it's very important that you open the heart energy, but you seem to be knowing when to play it, right? Because here you're like an abundance of heart, and then here you're a little more down to earth, you know, less whimsical. And I think that's going to help you here, because throughout the month of November, I think you're going to see that if you open your emotions at the right time to this person, or you pull them back at the right time, it's kind of like a song and dance you guys are going to do together. Now, I don't know if you're going to meet this person in November or, you know, by the end of the year, but there's somebody here who's, it's almost like they're throwing you off. But these two cards are saying, even still, you're going to be successful. And even if it's just successful at meeting 1 or 2 people that have that future potential, you're definitely going to find them. I do have to say, though, that you have Pentacles and you have water. So you definitely have earth or water signs showing up here. You do have sword energy, which is air, but that's in the past. So you may be dealing with, you know, earth, or you may be dealing with a water sign. All right, the next card. Oh, sorry. I forgot to, if you're looking to reconcile, the immediate thing with this is that it's some sort of satisfaction. Again, it's like an abundance. I don't know. Is somebody pregnant? Somebody's pregnant, or something is coming in, or I don't know. It's hard to explain this feeling I'm getting. It's like, or like you're going to adopt. Somebody's bringing a child in or bringing children in. And I think it's going to be with this person that you're very connected with, or that you're worried about. I kind of feel like maybe it's been off and on before. Like you guys have broken up, gotten back together, broken up, gotten back together. And now this is more of like a serious card. This is more of like you're moving on to the next stage of your life. I cannot get over this vibe of like kids. I don't know, or maybe even pets. Maybe it's like the first step of you guys reconciling is getting a pet, like getting a dog or a cat or whatever animal you want, and kind of deciding on whether that would work for you as well. Because again, somewhere there's like this doubt that you guys could do it and see it through all the way. But I think the possibility's there, although it's not this like, you're still annoyed, like extremely annoyed, but throughout November, it's going to like fluctuate. The next card you have is any internal factors. So anything you're going to feel throughout the month of November. And you have the Ace of Coins or Pentacles. Again, you've got Earth showing up everywhere here. If you're single, the Ace of Coins is potential, beginnings, opportunity. So you are going to meet this one. Again, I don't know if it's November, but you're definitely going to meet somebody, because this is potential and it's a beginning. And it's interesting, like I said, this completion here is getting off of the dating site, getting out of there. So the Ace says, hey, it's beginning and you want this. This is you internally. This is you seeing that prosperity with this potential partner. You may meet 1 or 2 this month, but somebody, like, it's going to either the universe is going to narrow it down to one person or you're going to narrow it down to one person. But this absolutely acknowledges this potential person. And it's going to be opportunity too. It's not just like dating. They're going to open your eyes to new things. Maybe traveling more. Maybe if you've been kind of staunch about work and finances or whatever, they're like helping you open up to get to this like free emotional state again, because you've been locking up because of this. So again, it's either earth or water at this point. So it's either Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, or Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. So definitely a lot of that energy coming in here. All right. If you're looking to reconcile, this is beginnings as well. So either you're going to cut your losses and run right here, completing the cycle, getting out of that relationship and deciding that the world has more to offer for you, because this is about beginnings, but this is also about new beginnings with your partner, your ex. So this is about potential, but potential in getting what you want if you guys are on the same page. So I feel like, Gemini, it's very up in the air. It's very 50-50. Sometimes I get that with signs. Sometimes it's either yes, you're going to get back together, or no, you're not. But a lot of times it can go either way. This one I feel like is going more towards you're going to get back together, but you guys kind of have to get over your own selves, if that makes sense.